Do the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Gotta get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man. 15, when I saw my first 100 bands, got my first 100 bands and made it do the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Go and get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Redskins. Two teams that don't like each other much. One will go to Super Bowl 53 as we're underway in the 2019 NFC title game. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the punt team is out there. It's not fourth down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They go play action now. Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action with Ryan. A bullet throw, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. first carry for Darius Geis. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no. Gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bridgewater now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Washington. 55 yards.
Really good recognition of the offensive line of the blitz. They picked it up, allowed for more time to throw the ball deep downfield, and a big-time completion.
Bridgewater. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's going to get it running right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
So out come the Falcons now, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Get up!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He's going to, and this is caught inside the 5. A gain of 39 that time.
But he took a shot downfield towards the end zone, and he came up with a big-time catch, but he was tackled a little bit short of the goal line. Now the defensive guys, they got to pick their heads up and try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
Get up!
They'll run here with Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And give him a gain of 37. Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough thing to do.
It is, and let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball. Trying to protect the quarterback now when you got the pass rushers coming at you, and maybe things are a little slippery on the field. The guys trying to cover downfield, wanting to make sure they keep their footing as the guys make their cuts. Looking back and locating the ball, you name it, it's difficult all the way around, but the guy throwing it, he may have the toughest task.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They go play action. Bridgewater. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, this is Geis. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Doxson, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And he's able to put it through. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tab. And see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
21.
Handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Gun.
Again, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
11.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Looking deep for Julio. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 32 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
A deep dump. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, 43 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Hey, let's go.
Ryan now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Ryan escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let's go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
12.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. They come out here in the eye. 11. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The second down throw for Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
To throw is Ryan. Flush to his right. Now he's good. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 15 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they... And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Play action now. Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play. Bridgewater now from the 50. Completes it right side to Dodson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They give him a gain of 38. And in this weather, I know you weren't a quarterback, you were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends whether they'll wear a glove, not wear a glove. How cold is it? You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going, but that's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love it. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times.
On the ground, Geis. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll get it up the middle, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Now they'll run it on the toss. Broken tackle. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're taking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Ryan on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Back now at FedEx Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Freeman again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Ryan. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jonathan Allen. In there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
His throw incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done. Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 2. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
22!
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
25! 22!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Redskins scoop it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Monte Nicholson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. It's Geis on the counter. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught at the 20. Washington. Paul Richardson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.